goodness. Oh, look at that mess behind me. Real life, guys, real life. This is how it is. I have been saying I need to clean up this mess down here in the art studio. I'm at my house. This isn't over at the other art studio. This isn't my home. But I have an art studio at home, and that's where I'm at today. And I'm going to paint with you guys. We're going to paint this little thing. This little guy. I don't know if you can see him or not. Christmas in July. Yeah, gosh. It took me forever to get going. It took me forever to get started. I had to go upstairs, do this, do that, get going. Okay, so I'm going to pull you up on my iPhone here, my phone. I've got what I'm painting over here so I can look, see what I'm painting. I wanted to turn the phone the other way, and I couldn't get it to turn the other way. So, you know, sometimes you just don't get what you want. So now I'm going to see if I can remember. I'll do this. I'm going to flip. I'm going to look like I'm upside down for about a minute. And then I've got a new phone thing. I'm going to turn you down here so you can see what I'm painting. Put it back there a little bit so you can see what I'm painting. This thing's in the way. I got a new phone thing, but the legs are in the way, and I can't figure out how to turn that thing. Oh, we'll figure it out here in a second. Is that good? Okay. All right. I'll put my paint over here. Y'all don't need to see that. I'll put my paint over here so you can see what I'm doing. And that'll be good. And I've got my cord in the way because it's too short. Okay, that's good. Super duper. All right. All you have to do, you're just going to have to deal with that leg of the thing. I can't get it to turn. I just can't. I've tried everything. I just need to work with it. And when I get home in the evenings and I'm trying to get this stuff done, that stuff done, lots of distractions in the first place. Okay, so all that. What we're going to do, we're going to paint this really cool Christmas in July painting. I did this a long time ago. What color am I going to use? I'm going to use blue in the background. I did this last year, I believe, or the year before. The Christmas in July painting. And I am not a big, we're just doing blue and white here in the background. I'm making a huge mess. I'm not a big fan of Christmas in July, but I do like this painting. I do. So that's what we're doing this evening while I chit-chat with you guys. How are you all doing? I didn't come live on here yesterday. Usually I come on here on Mondays. And I had things to do, so you all got me this evening. So how about that? So we're just painting in the background. You can paint in the whole background if you want, but just first, I had this drawing on here, so I'm just painting around mine a little bit. But you can paint the whole background in first if you want to. That way you don't have to worry about it. Maybe I should do that. And then I'm going to should probably use a 1 inch instead of a 1/2 inch. So anyways, I'm not a big fan of Christmas in July. I don't. Are you all? But, if you're a fan, yes. Fan, no. Not a fan. But anyways, it's cute. This is a really cute painting. But I don't know why I've never really cared for that. But last year, year before, I think it was the year before last, I did, hey Martha. Hey, hello friend. Hello. I did I'm trying to see if there's any comments on here. If y'all jump on, say hey when you jump on so I can see you're on here. That's really helpful. It does tell me when some people were watching. That's how I knew Martha was watching. But it doesn't tell me when you know, everybody that's watching. It just tells me a couple people. And I can't see if you guys are on here unless you tell me. But anyhow, I painted this last year or the year before, and I just decided that I would do it, and it was fun. It was a cute little painting, so here we go. And I have been painting a lot of little beach paintings here lately. I've been working on a challenge of sorts, and that I'm in, and to paint some small paintings. And I've also challenged my All Access members to paint some small paintings. And I should do that in my Pick Your Painting Club too. Tell them to paint some small paintings. It's really good for you to do that, because it gets your creative juices flowing. It gets you into it. You get such instant gratification because the paintings are small, and you just find joy quickly. In just a few minutes, you've got a painting, and it's super, super fun. So here's the sky. We can do a little bit lighter down here on the sky, probably at the horizon. It would be a little lighter. Got some little bumps in there. Don't want those. Looks a little bit cloudy. Beach day, cloudy beach day. I'm just darkening my edge a little bit. I just have a thing about that. So, but July is here, and we are in the midst of a lot of heat here where I'm at. Warm, very warm actually. That's what summer is warm, isn't it? All right, then I'm going to do a little bit of water down here. The last time I did this, I did a really dark ocean and add white to it, and you can see what your color is. Did you know that? White is the great reveal. Great reveal. It shows you what colors you have. So I'm going to do a greenish blue here. And it would be easier if you painted your background in first and did all that. But this is just a very small painting. This is an 8 by 10 stretch canvas is what this is. You could do this on whatever you have. But it's a cute little fun painting just to do real quick. I put in some green and some blue, some cerulean blue actually. And then I'm adding some white to it. Lightening this as we come down, adding some white as we come down here. Tap that in right there by that tree, and if I get some on my tree, I'm not really concerned about that. There's a gnat that's getting on my nerves. It was in here earlier, that and a fly was killing me. I'm in a room off of the garage, and of course you all know, if any of you have a garden. Anybody have a garden? When you bring in, and then I always turn my arm kind of upside down, this way. I don't know why that helps me to paint waves, but I kind of just scooch my brush back and forth to paint those waves coming in. Just a few indications, not anything big. Just load the brush with some white. Get some white on there. And see, there's some waves. Is that not cool? And if you kind of push your brush a little bit, it'll make some bigger waves. So there's that. Then we're going to go in with the sand. Let's do the tiniest bit of brown and white. And you can add just a smidge of yellow to it. You all like painting beaches. They're fun to go to. A lot of people likes to go to the beach. Yeah, so just some brown, just burnt umber and white and a tiny bit of yellow. It takes a very, very, very small amount of brown. Not much at all for sand. And you can make it whatever color you want. Whatever color your sand is, you can make your sand whatever color you want. I didn't used to like to paint beaches, but anymore it seems like I really do. Like, I guess I'm getting better at it. That's what you do. You paint and you get better at it and then you like it. It's just like anything. At first, whenever you're learning and you're doing something, you don't really like it as well until you get good at it, I think. At least that's the way I am. The better, the more practice you get, the better at it you are, the more you enjoy it. But you got to practice. Don't always paint easy. I'll tell you all that. Remember, don't paint easy all the time because that will not help you to move forward in your painting. You'll just getting a little darker sand here to add to my darker areas. Like down here, I want a little dark on the bottom and on the sides a little bit. Yeah, don't always paint easy, guys. Is that you need to challenge yourself. Paint something that's a little bit more of an upper level. Just move it, into a little harder. The sand will be a little bit darker here in this area, I would assume. But you want to paint a little bit more, paint a little difficult for you. Just, bump it up a little bit and paint that for a while. And then whenever you get used to that, then you can paint, that to where it's not difficult anymore. Then bump it up again. Just keep challenging yourself, painting, and, getting a little bit more difficult, and you'll improve. All right. I'm rinsing my brush out there is what I'm doing. Okay, so then I'm going to go into I'm going to let this dry down here, and I can go back in and add some details and paint this little fella. I'll go up here and paint the tree. Go in with a little bit of green. We'll darken it a little bit with some red. You can darken green with lots of different colors. You can darken green with red. You can darken green with purple, blue, brown. Lots of different ways to darken your green. Did I say red? Darken your green. And then I'm just getting a bit of green on my brush. And I'm going to go up here and paint in the palm tree. And I'm just taking my 1/2 inch flat up on its chisel edge there that I've made by flattening it out on either side on my plate. And it makes, well, this one's wore out. It makes a straight edge, and then I'm just flipping that down and out to make those little, what are they called? Fronds? I don't know. Is that a thing? Or is that a fern? I don't know. I keep wanting to call it a pine needle. The palm leaves. Who knows what I do. And then you just flip out and kind of, in a down, you know, down like that. So, yeah. And I turned this way, my canvas, on the table, and pointed the thing down so you guys could see what I'm doing. A lot of times whenever I am painting straight on and I have a tiny painting, it's hard for you guys to see, and I have to put it up real close. And this is down a little closer, I think, than what I can get when it's behind me. There's another gnat. So anyways, as I was saying before, there's another gnat. The gnats do come in with the garden vegetables, the tomatoes, and all the things, which I'm okay with that, but I don't like gnats, but I do like garden vegetables. I got a little bit dark in there, so I'm just distributing that dark around in the painting. Should have painted the, what do you call it, first. Should have painted this first, because this is going over top of it, but hindsight's always 20/20, right? Get carried away. Just get carried away. Can't help it. Yeah, the garden's done pretty good this year. Joe's, the garden, my husband does the garden, so he does all that. Do y'all have, any of y'all have a garden? I cannot get this thing ever to work. Okay. So I'm just putting these little palm leaves, and you can make them like as exaggerated and down as you want. Okay, so there's the dark ones, and then you can go in with some lighter ones and add on top of that with some green and some yellow. We can see if it'll stick. Sometimes it doesn't want to stick very good if the paint's too wet. But I rinsed my brush and dried it with my paper towel, and then I'm just going to take some of the lighter green. We'll have to let that dry a little bit. Yes, it has to dry. Okay, while that's drying, we're going to paint the tree trunk with some brown. See how that looks. Just some burnt umber. I don't know if those things, they go down or up. Should have looked up a picture of it. I think they go down like that. Then I added a little bit of yellow and orange to that burnt umber, and that'll make a color that looks like sienna. the burnt sienna that I use a lot. And I'm just kind of making that edge over there a little bit jaggedy, like. I'm keeping the left side, trying to keep the left side a little darker than the right, or the right side a little darker than the left. Sorry for that, a little goofy. And then I want to add a little bit of white to my dirty brush. When I say dirty brush, I'm just not rinsing my brush. I'm just taking some of that lighter color on this side over here. That's a fat pine tree, or I keep calling it a pine tree, gosh. That's a fat palm tree. And this side over here, I'm trying to keep it a little darker because it's in shadow. And you can add like purple to that to darken it a little bit, your brown. On the dark side. Okay, so there's that. Then I'm going to start painting in the little fella. I think I'm going to switch possibly to a little bit smaller brush. I'll go into a little bit of brown and red, just darkening that red a little bit. And I just added a little bit of orange to that top, but you can't really see it. And I wanted it to have, I'm going to put a little bit of blue back here because I wanted this negative space right there. Because I wanted that to show like that. And his face is flesh, and you can make flesh with a little bit of red and white, and then you can add a little bit of orange if you don't like it so pink, which I don't. A little bit of orange, and you can even add a little tiny bit of brown to make it darker if you want that darker color flesh. There's lots of different ways to make flesh for whatever color that you need. You're going to add a little bit of yellow. And then, so it depends on what you want, what you like, what you need. Lots of different ways to make flesh. Okay, so we've got our flesh color. We're going to put the just the flesh color in there. And he has a bit of a sunburn on his nose and his cheeks. It's got a beard. It's got a little bit of flesh. Where's that red? I think that's just red for his lips. Oh. Okay, so gray, we can do a little bit of blue, a little bit of brown, and a little bit of white. We'll make gray. Doing some color mixing here today. And then how much ever white you add to it is how light the gray is. Everything that you paint white, you're going to paint it a gray, some sort of gray first. And his fur is gray here. And before that dries, I'm going to add some white to it, so that the top is a little bit lighter. I'll try not to get into that red. Then down here is gray. I can add a little bit more white to that. That's a little bit dark. If I make it dark down here at the bottom, and then lighter up at the top, you'll be able to see the mustache where it starts. Because it'll be a contrast there of dark against the light. I had a lot of paint on my brush, so I just rinsed my brush and dried it with paper towel. So I'm going to go in here with a little bit lighter on the top. And go a little bit dark down here. And then after a bit, when this dries a little bit, I'm going to add some more light in here a little bit, I think. Okay, it looks kind of funny with his, I think this was lips or mouth or something. Can y'all see that? No, there, kind of, sort of. Then the sunglasses, just do those in a purple brown color. Need a smaller brush for that, for sure. Good gravy. All my brushes are wore out. I know I say that all the time. They've lasted for a very long time, though. My brushes last for a long time because I clean them with Fells Naphtha soap. But one thing is I've used my synthetics. Don't do that. Don't use your don't use your synthetic brush for something that you should be using a bristle brush for. And what's the difference between a synthetic brush and a bristle brush, you say? Well, a bristle brush has find one. The bristle brush has bristles on it that are really stiff, and they're like, some of them are made like a hog hair and stuff like that. This one, I'm not sure what it's made out of. It may just be, you know, plastic or whatever. But they're really hard. That's really hard. This is very soft. It's a real soft brush. These are really soft bristle brushes, and they're synthetic. But see how I've wore that one out? I just wore the bristles on that one out. I don't know if you can see that or not. Frayed. That's because I use it when I should be using one of these. I'm bad. So, do as I say, not as I do. Oh, Martha, thank you. I haven't put the light in yet. I had to stop, but that it does look like I did already, doesn't it? It wouldn't work, so I'd quit. So, but thank you for that. So I'm going to go down here. I'm going to put a little bit of light into his hat. Adding some lights up here in the, just fluffing in some fur on his hat. And I want to fluff in some fur on the ball. And I want to make sure the top of his mustache is light. And his beard is light. I think I got into the red right there. And then he would have a little bit of a shadow, probably like under there. Possibly. There would be a bit of a shadow. But I want this to be really light right here too. Okay. All right, so his shirt will do, we're going to put him some sunburn. A little bit of red and a little bit of brown probably. A little bit of red. Daub it off on your paper towel so you don't have much. And we're going to make him have a rosy nose and some rosy cheeks. And that's a little much. So I'm going to add some flesh in with that to soften it up a little bit. He's got a bit of a sunburn, and then he has his mouth. There's a little bit of red in his mouth right there, like lips or something. I don't know. Maybe who knows what he's doing? Whistling. Maybe he's whistling. All right. So there is a little bit of sunburn on his cheeks. Santa has rosy cheeks anyways. So there's that. We'll put a couple little highlights on his glasses. All right, his shirt is yellow, so we're going to paint his shirt. I'm going to take some yellow and a little bit of white, I think. This is a fun one. This is fun. Oh, I should have painted his arms with flesh when I did the face. We'll do that in a minute. So his shirt, I'm painting it in with yellow and white just to get it to cover, because yellow is pretty transparent, and sometimes it's hard to get good coverage with yellow. So if you add a little bit of white, that's helpful. Y'all been to the beach yet? I bet some of you live at the beach. You live at the beach? If you live at the beach, been to the beach. I haven't been to the beach for years. So my flesh is red, white, a little bit of orange, a little bit of yellow. It's a little bit too pink for me. I don't like a really pink. Although he probably has like sunburn, so pink would be fine, wouldn't it? Probably has like sunburn and or tan. So there's his arms. You can put a little bit of white in with that color and highlight that side a little bit. Oh, his feet. Forgot about his feet. Y'all liking this one? I like this one. I think it's fun. Today I was thinking, what on earth will I paint? I'm going to make him have big toes. Anybody think that's funny? I think that's funny. I like that. Should put him some flip-flops on, but I don't think you could see. You might have some sunburn on his feet. You ever get your feet sunburn? Your cheeks and your feet? And your nose? Alright, 1 foot bigger than the other a little bit. His shorts. Could do a blue jeans or just some shorts. Okay. That's how I'm concentrating. I get quiet when I'm concentrating. But this is a fun one. Paint it and have fun with it. Just enjoy the process. It's not really that difficult. It's just a lot of just little things, little layers and things. I don't know if I like that color shorts or not. It's too similar to the ocean, isn't it? Just touching in some little wrinkles and things in his shorts there. I went a little crazy. Probably got too many. All right, there's his shorts, and what else? He's got a little shadow underneath of him. We'll put some little bit of more dark up here on his hat, a little bit there. And then lighter on the top. red and purple or red and green or something to darken it. Then I'm just putting some brighter red on the top. I just put a little bit of a dark right in these areas just so it looked like a shadow. And then anytime you can pop in a little bit more light. You want to do that. And his shirt, put little floweries on it. Little orange flowers. Orange and yellow flowers possibly. Just do just some little, nothing major. Just some indications of flowers. Make some of them go like behind his beard and off of his shirt. Down there at the bottom. That's pretty cool. And then got that. And then the grass and the tree, I think. The tree, we were going to add some more lights. Martha said that looked good, but I am gonna add just a couple lighter ones up here. You just take green and yellow, and you can actually add a little bit of white with the green and yellow to make some really pop out. Green, yellow, and a little bit of white with my 1/2 inch flat. That's super fun. Super, super fun. Then I just added more white just to get a couple more in there. These over here would be on the top. Like that. Then there's some ornaments on there. And those are just a little circle of red. You can darken them with a little bit of purple or a little bit of green, whatever you want to darken them with. And just put some ornaments on there, just a little circle for an ornament. I got that one a little bit misshapen. Trying to see where I had them drawn. Make sure I cover up my drawing. But I don't like that one there. I don't want one there. I didn't really want one there, but that's where I put it. There's one. How about that? Then they have little, they have the little thingies on top and then a hook if you want, but you really don't see that. But you can do that. You can put like one of those little doodads. You can do gold or silver. You know how ornaments have those little things. And then they, this is a little art kit brush that I had down here. I was making art kits and I was using the brushes to make sure that they passed my approval for the kiddos. And those you can't even see that. So this one you'll be able to see, but that's okay. All right, and then a little bit of a light red. You can add orange to the lighter side of the red on the bulb. You can add a little bit of orange to brighten that side up a little bit, if you can see that. And then we'll add a little highlight. All right, and then some grass down here in a shadow. I should have done that, the grasses. There's some little grasses, or you can do like seagrass. You can do whatever. Down here, there's just, I put just like something to cover up the bottom of this. Whatever. Palm tree. I can't think of palm tree. That's funny, isn't it? Brown and white, and you can add a little bit of yellow. Just getting I'm gonna add a little bit of water to that because it's a little bit. You can do some tall ones. Just something to camouflage the bottom of that palm tree where it hits the sand. And then a shadow would be purple and brown, a little bit of purple and brown, and a little bit of white for my shadow color. Dab it off on my paper towel a little bit, and I have a little bit of a shadow under here, a little bit of a shadow under this little guy here, and that's it, right? All right, then the little highlights, you want to soften your shadow down a little bit underneath of it so it's not so yikes. And there's a little bit of a white on each one of the ornaments, just a little touch, little. And you could do a little on his hat. We put a light on his glasses. You could do a little highlight on his nose if you want. I don't really like that. You could do a highlight on his arms, a little bit on his pants, on his foot. And then on the tree where it's dried a little bit darker, on that side. And I think that's it, right? And if your gray isn't dark enough, your white won't show up very good. So make sure that you don't lose your darks and you have that in there. I think he's good. I think that's it. I think we're finished. You can have some of the water coming in a little bit if you want. Just kind of really want that going off the side over there. I want your eyes to be over here, not over there. All right. I think he's done. I love it. All right, so I'm gonna flip you all back here. Hello again. All right, there you go. Isn't that cute? Isn't he cute? I think he is. So we've got ornaments, we've got Santa, we've got beach. He's just hanging out. Yes, so that's what we've got. You all can add more, whatever you want to that. Maybe you could put a beach ball beside of him or something, maybe. Or just leave it like that. So, there you go. All right. Christmas in July. I can't believe it's July already. All right. Thank you all so much for jumping on here with me this evening. I appreciate you guys so much. Enjoy that. Hey, Barbara. Enjoy that. Painting, paint, and paint small. That's the thing. That's what we're doing in the All Access membership. Is we're painting small. I did get that idea from the challenge that I'm in, and just been painting these little tiny things. See, this is an 8 by 10. This is 3 by 3. So it's so fun. It's just super. This one is a little beach ball. On the beach, and we're going to paint these in the membership, in my All Access membership. And this one is just a little umbrella on the beach. I think it needed birds too. I think it needed life. So I think I'll probably add some birds in the sky like I did on this one. See how I added the birds? I think I'm going to add birds on that one. But we're doing this in the All Access membership, and that's a membership that I have. It's a monthly membership, and it's $47 a month to join, and you can join at any time. It is a group where you'll learn to paint, and if you already know how to paint, you'll just learn how to become a better painter, more confident painter, and we do lots of fun things in there. So we have challenges, our monthly challenge, and you have opportunity to grab a gift certificate, win a gift certificate if you participate in that. There's a drawing. What else do we do? You get tutorials. Oh, look, I got blue paint on my neck. You get access to all of the tutorials that are on the website, plus more. There's like 130 out there now, I think. And I add 2 tutorials to the website each month. To the website, one at least for the public, and then for the membership you get I go in the group and do some of them live in the group. So yeah, lots of fun times in there. And if you don't want to do the full blown All Access membership, I have a Pick Your Painting Club, and you could do that. So either one is a lot of fun and learning and painting, and there's folks in there that enjoy doing what you do. Boy, look at that mess back there. Enjoy doing what you do, enjoy painting, and you'll love it, I promise. So, oh, thank you, Martha. She said it was very cheerful. It's super fun. You guys need to paint this. And if you do, I want to see it. So, thank you all so much for joining in. Have a wonderful evening. And I'll see you back on here next time. And we'll talk about painting, or we'll paint, or we'll do something that has something to do with painting. So, thank you all so much. I appreciate you. and paint. Paint small. See you next time. Bye-bye.